What's up, guys? Stefan, S&E's Garage. Today we have a 2020 Scat Pack with the 6.4 liter Hemi under the hood. It's my buddy Sean's car. I worked with him at Hyundai for many years. Me and him worked side by side. I got out of Hyundai, he got out of Hyundai. He's a truck driver now, driving trucks, killing it. Anyhow, this Scat is his daily driver. Like I said, it's a 2020. He's got about 60,000 miles on it. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be servicing the rear axle with him. So he is a brand purist. He does not like to run aftermarket fluid. I told him we should get some AMSOIL in there, but he's good with the Mopar. So we picked up some 75-85 rear axle lubricant made for ZF limited slip differentials. That is what this is equipped with. It has a ZF transit and a ZF limited slip. So we're going to go ahead and service that today. Let's go ahead, get her set up on the quick jacks. We're going to jack her up. All right, guys, so we got the Scat set up on the quick jacks. These things are great. I have them in my Amazon store. I'll leave it down below. Check it out. If you want to buy a set, by all means. So what we're going to do here is your fill, and there is your drain. And they use an 8mm Allen key. I will also leave one of them in the video description below. So before we drain it, we're going to go ahead and crack the fill plug loose. You always want to do the fill plug first, because if you drain it and then something happens with the fill plug, now you got a differential with no fluid in it and no way to fill it up. And we're not doing that here. So let's go ahead and crack that fill plug loose, and then we will drain it. Probably gonna come shooting out because we took the... There we go. That doesn't look terrible. It's definitely dark though.
Well, right by the book. 60,000.
60,000, baby. You gonna do the trans on this thing too, or you?
I don't know. I could consult you about it. I have mixed feelings because, you know, they like to tell you lifetime fluid crap, and we all know that's not true.
When they say lifetime, they mean the
life of the unit.
Yep, not the life of the car. I'm gonna do my Lexus at like 45,000. I'm gonna do a drain and fill. I don't believe in changing the filters, because if you have enough shit in the filter to clog it, you you need a little more than a service. But I would do a drain and fill at least. All right, let's let this drain for a little bit. Get a nice full drain out of it for you. All right, guys, so here we have our drain and our fill plug. We're just gonna go ahead and clean the magnets off. You'll see it's got a little bit of sludge on there, but nothing uncommon. That's completely normal. A little bit more actually wouldn't be bad either, but this looks pretty good. So we're gonna clean them off, put them back in, put the drain back in, and then fill it up. All right, guys, we went ahead and we cleaned off our drain and our fill plugs. They both have magnets on them, so they're interchangeable. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start this by hand. Always start them by hand. Okay. And then we're just gonna grab our ratchet here and snug it up. Do not kill it. Just give it a quick snug, and that's it. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab our Mopar fluid. We're gonna grab our pump here. This is a brand new pump. I will link one of these also in the video description below, in case you need one. Buy it there. And then we're basically going to fill this until the fluid begins to leak. That sucks. Out of the differential. All right, guys, when it starts trickling out like this, that's how you know you're full. So we're gonna go ahead and put the fill plug back in. With your left hand, like an idiot. Okay, and then we're gonna snug it down. Just like that. Check this one. Yep. All right. Now we clean up. So this one's dark. All right, guys, all that's left to do now, clean off our excess. That way our customer here doesn't have any oil leaks in his dirt driveway. Now we can go ahead, lower it down, take it for a ride. All right, guys, we're here in the Scat. We got our boy Sean driving. Lexus and the Mustang are back there. Maybe we gotta get some videos, Scat versus Lexus and Scat versus Mustang, and see what's quicker. But we're just gonna take it for a quick ride, make sure everything's good with this rear diff, call it a day. All right, Sean, so what are your likes and dislikes on this thing?
So, Stefan said 2020 Scat. I would consider this, if you're looking at daily drive, a V8 muscle car. This for sure can get the job done. I have 2 kids. I had 2 baby seats back here. I took the other one out. My trunk, the trunk space is very nice. I fit a double stroller in the trunk, which is great. So it's very good for, I would consider this like a bigger sedan. The interior wise, dislikes honestly is this. The dashboard is just too fucking bulky. When you have another kid seat behind you and they're not flipped around, your knees are in the dashboard. I don't know why the dashboard in the Dodge is so big. It's not like that in the GSF at all.
They're hiding some
voodoo
under there.
There's a lot going on. But, you know, the interior has been holding up. It has 61,000 miles. I know people have had like this panel come off. I haven't run into those issues yet. I love the simple push rod V8 engine. There's nothing crazy. Everybody knows like what to look out for with these engines, you know.
MSD.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm keeping my eye on that. I change my oil religiously every 5,000 miles. We just did the diff service. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the trans service, because it's I don't know if it scares me a little bit, but
I would definitely do it if I were you. So.
Yeah, my buddy Stefan's telling me to do it. I'd probably have him help me do it. The dealerships won't do the service. They won't touch it. The fluid is very expensive, but ZF is the maker of the transmission, and they do have a kit where you can buy the plastic pan with the
fluid.
Train, and the fluid, everything integrated. So maybe I'll look into doing something like that. Fuel economy, not crazy. I mean, it is a 6.4, but it kills cylinders when you're cruising. The best I've ever gotten this thing on the highway was probably like 23, 24, which is...
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all. Right now I'm doing 17, but we're
just beating on it a little bit.
As far as upgrades go, this is the first car I ever felt like I never had to do like intake, exhaust, this or that. Like I just felt like it had everything
right out of the box.
Right out of the box. Like it has 3 modes. It has sport mode, track mode. It even has an eco mode.
It's a good thing you felt like that, because with the 6.4, they're actually pretty much maxed out from the factory too, because the way the engine is designed, the ring lands are so high up on the piston that if you try to boost them, you get maybe 3 or 4 pounds of boost, and beyond that, you start breaking stuff. So
yeah. Issues I've had with the car, I think like a quality control issue. I have a big connector underneath the hood that he saw. It just came off. I guess the little rubber plastic clip. I had the issue with the upshifting paddle. It would just downshift. I don't know if it's going to do it now. No, it upshifted now. But it likes to, when you hit upshift, it'll downshift.
Oh, that's wild.
There's a TSP for that, Dodge has. And that's another issue. Oh, sometimes if I'm like spirited driving and you go to downshift, like if you're an 8th, I don't know if it's trying to figure out to go to 3rd or 4th, it'll rev hang really bad for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then it'll start.
Then
shifting.
It'll go.
But other than that, it's been solid. I have no complaints.
Yeah, these transmissions in these cars, like Sean was saying, it's a ZF transmission, so you can find them in tons of cars. Hyundai uses them in the Genesis. You can find them in the BMWs, any of the rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive Beamers. Maserati used them for a little bit. It's a very well-known and a very robust transmission. Hey, look, what's up, fam?
Hey, buddy.
He waved. He did the scat wave. But power plant is, like Sean was saying, it's a pushrod V8, very simple. Transmission is, like I said before, used in various different vehicles. And the rear end is actually a ZF, like we said earlier, which is made by the same manufacturer as the transmission. So the powertrain on these is very robust, minus, like Sean was saying, some of the issues with the 6.4, the cylinder delete, the lifters like to fail. The big problem with the lifters is they're splash lubricated, so if you idle your car a lot, they don't get the lubrication they need from the various components spinning and splashing lubrication up there, and that will wear them out. So don't idle these engines. Always make sure, you know, don't warm it up for excessive amounts of time. Just get in it, start it, and drive it gently until it's warm.
Going off that, I learned that too. In the very beginning, when I first got the car, I didn't know any better. I would just idle my car before going to work, and I would let it idle like till the timer ran out. I don't do that now. So my routine now in the morning is when I idle the car, the last thing I do before I leave the house, I make my coffee. So when I'm going to make my coffee, I'll fire it up, make my coffee, and I'm out the door. It idles maybe a minute or two.
And that's perfect.
You don't want the excessive idle.
Just enough for that idle to come back down to, you know, from the high idle and start driving. All right, guys, if that helped you change the gear oil in your Scat Pack, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys next time.